Good evening and welcome to Indian River High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball matchup between the visiting Watertown Cyclones and your Indian River Warriors. The Indian River School District believes good sportsmanship is an integral component of an education-based interscholastic athletic program. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performances, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Spectators should be loud, be proud, and be positive towards all players, coaches, officials, and spectators. At this time, we will announce the starters from each team. First, for the visiting Cyclones. Number 10, Joe Girardi. Number 11, Seth Charlton. Number 14, Patrick Duo. Number 20, Jack Adams. And number 23, Parker Mullins. And now for your Indian River Warriors. A junior, number 5, a guard, Elijah Polk. A junior at guard, number 3, Tim Hardy. A senior at forward, number 2, Nathan Rush. A senior, number 10, Ethan Petrus. And a senior, number 22, Logan Bolts. If you will now stand as you are able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Mrs. Sarah Ada.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the Rockies' red glare, the bombs bursting in hail, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for boys high school basketball, brought to you by NBC Watertown. Following that excellent rendition of our national anthem, I'll be taking you through tonight's action. I'm Connor Lalone, and with me is Zach Zabriskie and Carter Thazier. So here in Philadelphia, New York, at the home of the Indian River Warriors, it'll be the Watertown Cyclones on the road, looking to improve on their 6-8 record against a Warriors team that's in a bit of a rebuild. Owners of a 1-11 record so far on the season, and it'll be interesting to see how these two teams have changed since their earlier matchup in the season. That was a game in Watertown in which the hosts took the win by a significant margin. We'll get underway here, and an early foul is whistled as it was Parker Moffitt getting to the basket for the Cyclones. Moffitt will go to the line to shoot 2 on the shooting foul. It'll be the first against Logan Fultz of the Warriors. So the first free throw from Moffitt is good. As I said, here in Philadelphia, New York, home of the Indian River Warriors. Just a really great setup for us. Offensive rebound on the missed free throw and thrown off of an Indian River player and out. So an excellent effort that time to maintain possession after Moffitt's second free throw was no good. So here early in the game, 1-0. Pass down low for Dua, who's going to go up and lose the ball. Taken away by the Warriors. Petrus will bring the ball up the court for Indian River. And he'll dish to Polk. Polk guarded by Girardi. Ball moving around the top now for the Warriors. Still around the top. Polk with the ball. Long pass over to Petrus. Into the corner is Hardy. Ball taken away, and down the court comes Seth Charlton. Too strong on the layup, but the offensive rebound by Girardi, who's going to bring it into the corner. Girardi able to kick back out and find Jack Adams, who's on the ball now. Adams picks up his dribble. In the corner now. Charlton buries the three-pointer. Early three-pointer for Seth Charlton, the leading scorer for this Cyclones offense. So 4-0 the score with under 7 to go here in the first quarter. And a Watertown defense swarming the ball early. Polk is going to take one from the free throw line and bury it on a step-in jumper that time for Neliza Polk. Charlton on the ball. Thought about leaving for Moffitt, but faked it. Down low for Dua. Dua using his size, getting up no good. Offensive rebound, Dua. Second chance, no good. Rebounded that time by Fultz. And Polk will bring the ball up the court for Indian River. Good pass down low. Hard foul that time from Dua on the shot attempt for Tim Hardy. And that'll send Hardy to the line for a couple of shots. So a good pace to this one early. And Tim Hardy will head to the line for a couple of free throws. And a chance to tie it early for Indian River. First free throw. Too strong off the back iron. Look at the second look here for Hardy. No good on the second for Hardy either, so it's 4-2. Rebound that time by Moffitt. And Girardi will bring the ball up the court for the Cyclones. Hand it off to Adams. Here on the near side now, Charlton driving in. Adams is going to put up a three and bury it. Jack Adams on the three-pointer that time. It's 7-2. Polk will carry for Indian River. Picked up there by Girardi as he gets over half court. Ball comes loose and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Polk. I think Polk left that one. He knew that either way it was going to be a turnover, either a backcourt violation or the ball would go out of bounds. He'll give his defense a chance to get back in position as the ball rolls out of bounds. Here's Watertown's Joe Girardi on the near side, putting up the three. No good. Rebounded by Dua. Strong right hand from Dua on the offensive rebound, but no good, and brought in that time by Saluri. Able to save it here was Hardy. Correction, the rebound was Fultz. Logan Fultz for Indian River. Hardy will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. He finds Petrus, and then back to Polk. Ball nearly across the half court. Able to save it was Rush. Nathan Rush now with the ball under the basket. Going up, shot blocked. Turned aside that time by Parker Moffitt. Dua in the post, driving in, kicking back out for the three-pointer. Short off the front of the iron that time. Dua with the rebound, able to come up with it. Charlton now driving in, dishes off to Moffitt, no good. Fight for it, and rebounded eventually by Fultz. Hardy with the ball. Hard contact from behind that time from Girardi. Ball came loose. Charlton in fast break transition opportunity that time for Seth Charlton. He's able to put it up and in for 2 points on the fast break opportunity. Steal that time by Girardi, who came in hard from behind to strip the ball away from the ball carrier. We're going to have an early timeout called by the Warriors as they trail by 7 here in the first quarter. So good speed to this one so far. Great pace back and forth up and down the court between these two teams. As I said, they've met once already this season. That was in Watertown on December the 9th, a game that ended 76-45 in favor of the Cyclones. But certainly plenty of time has passed since that meeting. Both teams will have opportunities to change strategies and personnel, etc. So it's been exciting so far with some good speed. Hardy. Fultz with a long cross-court pass to Petrus. Fultz now with the ball, driving in with the left hand. Fultz, no good, too strong. Offensive rebound. Brought in that time of the offensive rebound for Frimping, who then traveled, unable to control that one. So turnover on the travel against Frimping. And Girardi will bring the ball up the court for the Cyclones. Charlton now with the ball. Dua. Girardi driving in, up and in with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Dua, put up on the second chance, also no good. And taken away by Hardy. Hardy with some speed up the court, driving into the paint. And getting the roll that time. Tim Hardy driving in and using his right hand to put that one in for 2 points. Good no-look pass from Charlton to Dua down low. Was fouled on the shot. Almost got it to fall in, but instead Dua head to the line for 2 free throws. Foul whistled against Nathan Rush. It'll be his first, and it'll send Patrick Dua to the line for 2 points. Well, an opportunity at 2 points, I should say. First free throw, no good, and the score remains 9-4. Petrus will check out for Indian River, and Riley Alexander will come in as the second free throw from Dua is too strong off the back iron. That'll go out of bounds. I believe last touch by Emmanuel Frimping, and it was. So Watertown will inbound down there in the far corner of the gym. Inbound pass intended for Charlton. Rather, Girardi was deflected away by Frimping. And Watertown will inbound in right by the scorer's table. Joe Girardi with the ball. It's Charlton on the far side. Moffitt back out to Girardi for the three-pointer. Too strong. Ball bouncing around is reeled in by Rush. Hardy with the ball, bringing it up the court for Indian River. Kicks out. Alexander's three-pointer buried. Riley Alexander on the three-pointer. And it's a 2-point game, 9-7. Moffitt will inbound to Girardi. A little bit of a press here from Indian River. Alexander did well to defend that time. Trapped in the corner and turned over, though. Charlton up and in on the layup with the right hand on the steal. Nathan Rush had nowhere to go after that defensive rebound and was forced into making a bad pass right into the hands of Seth Charlton. Three-pointer here. Too strong from Fultz. Fight for it on the ground. Able to kick it back out that time was Hardy. Alexander at the top of the arc. Harried. Alexander, ball comes loose, and here's Charlton with it. Three-pointer no good, and taken away by Thomas Hardy. And shot blocked from behind that time. Looks like we're going to have an offensive foul whistled as well against Hardy. So Hardy saw a shot blocked from behind by Seth Charlton and was whistled for the charge as well. So that'd be the first against Hardy. fans directly in front of us not thrilled with that decision. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go as Charlton gets the ball over the half-court line to Girardi. Seth Charlton will slow it down a little bit. He's guarded by Tim Hardy. On the near side is Adams. Jack Adams against 2 men. In the Dua down low, but a foul whistled against Frimping as the pass was denied on the look down low for Patrick Dua. So the first foul against Frimping means that Watertown will inbound under the basket. Looking to get free is Charlton. Ball will get into Moffitt. Joe Girardi on the far side. Off the front iron and rebounded by Rush. Rush with the pass to Tim Hardy. And now Riley Alexander. Frimping, good movement. And down low, unable to put that one in was Nathan Rush. Good defense that time from Moffitt. Charlton with a spin move. Good pass to find Girardi and then back out. And at the top of the arc, a travel whistle against Jack Adams. Really good movement there for Watertown. An excellent look from Seth Charlton to dish that one to Girardi, who then found the wide open player at the top of the arc. Long three-pointer from Alexander, too strong off the back of the iron and then up off of the score clock, shot clock rather, and out of play. Watertown ball under the basket. Indian River with a full court press here. Able to get in to Girardi. Adams with the ball now. Doubled there, but able to get it to Girardi. Girardi driving to the basket, up with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound, Moffitt, no good. And this time taken by Frimping. Here comes Thomas Hardy down the court. Hardy cutting to the paint, up and in with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Moffitt. Long pass down the court for Dua. Dua into the paint. No good on the shot with the right hand from the left side. Offensive rebound that time. Lots of contact, no foul. Ball out of play. It'll stay here, Watertown ball. So Jack Adams went up that time with the right hand and saw his shot deflected out of play. And Watertown to keep the ball under the basket. Excellent pace to this game. It's 11-7 with 54 seconds left. Inbound to Moffitt under the basket, up and in for 2 points from the left side. Parker Moffitt that time on the inbound play. Riley Alexander with the ball. Kicks to the far side. It's Petrus. Now Alexander again, guarded by Girardi. Now with the ball, Joshua Alade, who kicks back to Alexander. Petrus, Frimping, thought about the shot. He's going to kick back out. Petrus' three-pointer is buried. Big three-pointer for Ethan Petrus, and it's 13-10. Under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Charlton on the ball, harried there by Franz. Franz on the back of Charlton now. Charlton picks up his dribble, but dishes to Jack Adams down low. And we're going to have a travel again, whistled against Watertown. So at 12.9 here in the first quarter, Watertown leads 13-10. It'll be Indian River ball under the basket on the far end of the gym. Riley Alexander bring the ball up the court for Indian River. Petrus, Frimping in the post, dishes out. Three-pointer put up, short but rebounded by Frimping. And then in the post, right as the time expired in the first quarter, was Alade, who unable to put that one in. And so as time expires at the end of the first quarter, the score here in Philadelphia, 13-10. The visiting Cyclones lead by 3 points after a hotly contested first period in which both teams played some excellent defense and a couple of big three-pointers for either team. And so it's 13-10. I'm going to let Zach Zabriskie tell you about our sponsors for tonight's live stream.
Thank you very much, Connor. I'd like to start off by thanking Infinite Lives. They're Watertown's only independent video game store carrying retro, modern, and all the future gaming accessories you may need in your household. Once again, that's Infinite Lives. They're right there on 40 Public Square, Watertown, New York. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Massey's Furniture Barn. Check out Massey's January clearance sale going on now. You can save up to 70% if you shop Massey's Furniture Barn. So get down there and get yourself a mattress for this new college season. Back to you, Connor.
Thank you very much, Zach. Thank you to our sponsors for tonight's live stream of boys high school basketball. So good first quarter of action. A quick note that I received during that break, a correction to a couple of numbers. Number 24 for Indian River is not Joshua Lade, instead is RJ Miller. So Indian River with the ball, down by 3 points as we start the second quarter. Alexander will drive in, put a shot up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Moffitt. And Adams with the ball, bring it up for Watertown. Girardi to Charlton, back to Girardi. Girardi and Charlton play catch before Moffitt gets it here, guarded by Frimping. Charlton drives in, able to get past his man, up and under on the reverse. Seth Charlton with an excellent move to get under the basket and hit the reverse layup, and it's 15-10. Pass into Miller that time. Ball did come loose, but Indian River able to control. Shot blocked that time from Moffitt as Petrus went up with it. Dua hard into the paint is called for a charge as Alexander was able to get in between his man and the basket and get his feet set. And that'll be a foul against Patrick Dua on the offensive foul. So the second against Dua. Petrus will check out, as well as Miller. Alexander will bring the ball up for Indian River. Trailing by 5. Rush. Hardy with the ball. Finds Franz. Now Hardy again. Driving in, putting up the shot with the right hand. Too strong off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound by Rush. Kicked out to Frimping at the top of the arc. Guarded tightly by Girardi. Frimping at the free throw line. Back out to Alexander, who thought about it. Hardy with the ball. He's going to put up a long three-pointer and bury it. Big three-pointer for Tim Hardy that time from way downtown. And it's a 2-point game, 15-13. On the far side is Flowers now. John Flowers. Ball comes loose, but able to control it is Adams. And then the shot was blocked as Jack Adams went up that time and out of play. It'll be Watertown basketball under the basket. Adams will inbound. Moffitt with the screen for Charlton. Girardi at the top of the arc. Thought about it, going to drive in. Ball comes loose, but right to Moffitt, who puts it up and in for 2 points with the right hand. Parker Moffitt that time, a little fortunate. The ball came right to him. Nearly a backcourt, but able to save it was Alexander. Long three-pointer from Franz is no good. Ball tipped out and taken away by Girardi. Joe Girardi with the ball now. Jack Adams on the far side. Into Moffitt down low. Ball tipped away by Frimping. And Indian River will take it away. Foul committed here as Tim Hardy looked to break in transition. He was fouled by Charlton. A bit of a tactical foul, they would say, in the soccer world. That time for Jack Charlton as he just made sure that Hardy was going absolutely nowhere. Hardy with the ball, guarded by Girardi. Hardy, pass jump by Charlton. Here he is, down the court, up and in with the right hand that time. In transition, Seth Charlton. Petrus kicks to Franz, who thought about the three-pointer. Moffitt came out and closed him down quickly. Ball deflected up and in for 2 points that time. Completely fluke play as the pass was intended down low for Frimping and bounced, I believe, off a Watertown hand up and into the basket. Three-pointer from Adams, no good. Rebounded by Petrus. And Ethan Petrus will bring the ball up the court. Hardy now driving in with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound by Rush, kicked out to Petrus, and then Frimping finds Hardy in the corner. Frimping on the ball. Franz thought about the three, he's gonna drive instead with the right hand up over Moffitt. Shot was no good, taken away by Watertown. Seth Charlton on the ball. Charlton with the pass. A good pass from Charlton to find Flowers that time, but Flowers traveled before he put the ball on the court. Substitutions for Indian River. Miller will check in. Looks like Alexander set to check in as well on that far side. Miller to Frimping in a corner. Peters thought about the shot. He's going to kick instead to Franz, who then thought about it. He'll dish back to Hardy. Ball comes loose. Fight for it. Frimping's going to put up a shot. No good. Ball tipped and unable to save it before it went out of play that time. Good effort from Tim Hardy, but unable to save it. And Alexander will check in for Frimping. Joe Girardi will bring the ball up the court for the Cyclones. 19-15 is the score with just under 4 minutes. That pass nearly jumped. Flowers will find Girardi at the top of the arc, who takes a three-pointer. No good off the mark. And rebounded by Miller. Pass deflected by Moffitt, but Miller's going to take it away. Finds Franz, who's going to put up a three-pointer. Traveled before the three-pointer attempt. That time, Owen Franz. So it'll be Watertown ball on the near sideline with 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go in a 19-15 game. Joe Girardi, guarded by Riley Alexander, finds Flowers. Flowers to Moffitt, into Charlton. Good spin from Charlton on a little bit of a Euro step that time. Seth Charlton up and in for 2 points on the layup. 21-15 the score as Hardy brings the ball over to half court for Indian River. A little bit of a wild attempt that time from Hardy, taken away. Here comes Charlton with some speed. Right hand from the left side that time. Seth Charlton, another bucket. Franz with the ball. 23-15, Watertown on a little bit of a run. Miller guarded by Moffitt at the free throw line. Finds Alexander on the far side. Petras now with the ball, back to Alexander. Into the post and back out. Three-pointer from Franz, no good. Fight for it, and Miller able to come up with it. Ball does come loose. Girardi takes it away, and then a timeout, I believe, was whistled, called by Watertown as Girardi had the ball on the court. And Watertown's going to take a timeout here. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Second quarter just as energetic and frenetic as the first. It's 23-15 in favor of the visiting Cyclones. But it's been an excellent one to watch so far. Great high pace, which is always fun as a spectator, but as a commentator as well. So 5 seconds left here in the timeout called by Watertown after Joe Girardi had the ball on the court. And so it'll be Watertown's ball in the far corner right in front of their own bench. John Flowers set to inbound as Indian River brings a full court press down. Owen Franz tasked with guarding John Flowers as he looks to inbound. Flowers gets it into Charlton, and then a little overzealous that time was Tim Hardy, who committed a foul. Confusion here as nobody inbounding for Watertown. Flowers does come over to inbound after the foul committed by Hardy, which was his second. Inbounded to Charlton. Seth Charlton guarded by Alexander. Long pass down the court. Unable to intercept it. Almost taken away by Miller, who found his way up into the bleachers on this near side. Pretty much directly in front of my vantage point down here. Should mention we are in the upper level of the gymnasium here in Indian River. There's an indoor track that runs around the length of the basketball court. And it's an excellent vantage point from where we are and a good spot for our camera as well. Moffitt in the post is going to spin and fire and bury the two-point jumper that time. Parker Moffitt in the post. Hardy to Alexander. Miller driving in, dishing back out. Petrus with the no-look pass to Alexander, who hits a three-pointer. Alexander buried that one. You can tell right out of the hand it looked very good. And Riley Alexander on the no-look feed. Jack Adams in the corner is going to try to answer back, but unable to. Ball taken away by Hardy. Hardy's pass for Rush. Down low for Miller. No good on the two-pointer. And then a foul was committed as Miller looked to get the pass back to the top of the arc. Hardy was there to receive it. And Joe Girardi impeded that pass from Miller. So Indian River ball under the basket. It'll be the first foul against Joe Girardi. Tim Hardy to inbound. Long inbound pass to Alexander. Petrus guarded by Girardi. Alexander on the far side. Into Rush. Back out to Hardy. Nearly taken by Charlton. Miller in the post. Turns again and dishes back out to Alexander. Short little bounce pass and the long three from Petrus is no good. Rebounded by Moffitt. Here comes Charlton with some speed. He's got Girardi. He finds him. And a goaltend, I believe, is going to be called on Miller. May have been a foul. Wait to see the ruling here. And it is a foul whistled against Miller. So I thought it looked like it may have been a goaltend, as it appeared that Miller might have hit the backboard and changed the way that shot would have rolled around on the rim. Instead, it'll just be a shooting foul. And we're going to take a little break to try to wipe up some perspiration on the court before Girardi's two free throws. Well, the clock reads 1:11 here in the second quarter. It's 25-18, and what's been a very close game so far, hotly contested between these two teams. Joe Girardi's at the line for two after he was fouled, and his first one is no good. Second free throw attempt for Girardi coming up shortly. And that one is good. So 1 of 2 from the line that time for Girardi, and it's 26-18. Petrus with the ball. Girardi comes out to guard him. Down low for Miller. Miller dishes back out. Alexander's going to take the three-pointer. No good, bouncing around. Moffitt able to come up with it, but taken away by Rush. Rush looking to find Hardy, unable to make a connection there, and the ball will go out of play and out of bounds, and Watertown will take the ball on the near side. Charlton inbounds to Flowers, back to Charlton. Flowers set the screen on Hardy. Charlton gets it over half court, picked up there by Alexander. Long pass to Flowers on this near side, back to Charlton, who's going to put up a three-pointer. Short, and rebounded by Alexander. Down the court intended for Miller. He is going to come up with it. Bit of an awkward dribble, but he finds Rush on the hop step, up and in for 2 points that time. Nathan Rush adds 2, and it's 26-20 with 15 seconds left. Girardi in some trouble, able to get the pass out to Adams. Jack Adams driving into the paint, his ball taken away, and Petrus lost control of it and just kind of lobbed that one up towards the basket. In desperation more than anything else, the ball will go out of play with 6.7 on the clock. Girardi hesitant to touch the ball. He does now. Adams fouled on the far side. Foul whistle against Ethan Petrus as Jack Adams looked to get around him and unable to that time. So the first foul against Petrus will send Adams to the line for a 1-and-1 with 3 seconds exactly left in the first quarter. First free throw from Adams is good. It's 27-20. Again, 3 seconds left on the clock as the second free throw is also buried by Adams. So 28-20, and Hardy's going to look to get something off. He does just barely get it off, I think, but it'll be a moot point as it goes off the glass and out. No good. And so at the half, it's the visiting Cyclones with an 8-point lead, 28-20 here in Philadelphia against the home Indian River Warriors. I think we will once again ask Zach Zabriskie to tell you about our sponsors, and then we will take our halftime break.
Thank you very much, Connor. And yes, we'd like to start off with Massey's Furniture Barn. You can check out their Massey's January clearance sale going on right now to save up to 70% at Shop Massey's Furniture Barn. Perfect opportunity for your college kids to get some nice mattresses for those new dorm rooms. And I'd also like to thank Infinite Lives. They're the only independent video game store down in Watertown. It's right there on the public square. And they're carrying retro, modern, and even future video games and video accessories. Anything you can need to start your gaming setup. It's right there, 40 Public Square, Watertown, New York. And we'll get back to you after this short halftime break.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to boys high school basketball, brought to you by NBC Watertown. It's been a very good one here in Philadelphia, New York, between the host Indian River Warriors and the visiting Watertown Cyclones. It's 28-20 in favor of Watertown after the first quarter, which was pretty hotly contested. These two teams both with some serious tenacity on either end of the ball. And that has meant it's been a pretty close game so far. Be very interesting to see how the second half ends up going. Joe Girardi will get the ball and bring it up for Watertown to start the third quarter of action. On the far side is Jack Adams driving the basket. Right hand from the left side, no good, and the ball eventually rebounded and taken away by Petrus, and then stolen by Dua. Dua with the dish to Adams, and in for 2 points on the layup that time. Jack Adams on the feed from Patrick Dua. Three-pointer from Alexander off the right of the iron and out. Long pass for Dua, and in for 2 points, and an early timeout here in the third quarter, as Watertown's able to put 4 points on the board very quickly, and Indian River not pleased with their start to this second half. So electricity that time for Patrick Dua, first with the steal and the feed, and then with the basket of his own. And it's quick 4 points for Watertown, and the score is 32-20. As we've just started the third quarter of play here in Philadelphia, New York. As I mentioned at the beginning of the game, I'm here with Zach Zabriskie and Carter Thazier. My name is Connor Lalone, and I'm delighted to be able to bring you play-by-play for tonight's matchup. Top of the arc now is Petrus. He kicks to Polk. Polk to Alexander. Back to Polk at the top of the arc. Playing catch now. Petrus on the near side. Dishes for Rush. Pass deflected and taken away by Charlton. Charlton's going to go all the way, and one. Charlton fouled on the layup that time and was able to get it to fall using his right hand from the left side of the basket, and he'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. 7 minutes exactly here on the clock in the third quarter, as Charlton will go to the line. Couple changes for Indian River, as Logan Fultz will come in, as well as RJ Miller. Charlton at the line for one, able to complete the three-point play. It's 34-20 with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Fultz will get the ball back from Alexander and bring the ball up the court. Alexander picked up by Girardi, able to get the ball to Franz. Franz driving in, dishes back out to Polk. Polk taken away by Moffitt and down the court for Charlton. Thought about the three-pointer. He's going to pass back to Moffitt. Down low for Dua on the quick feed, and in for 2 points. Layup for Patrick Dua again, and it's 37-20. Watertown with some serious effort this time. Charlton's going to take the three-pointer off the steal and bury it, and it's 40-20. Watertown blown it wide open, and Indian River's going to take another timeout, their second of the third quarter, and there's still 6 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the third. Watertown extending the lead all the way up to 20, really pulling away now here in the second half. So as I mentioned during the first timeout Indian River called in this quarter, Patrick Dua has been a really difficult man to stop for them. And part of the reason why this game was as close as it was, just 8 points at halftime, was the fact that Patrick Dua had not converted on a lot of his chances down low. And since the second half has started, Dua's been basically unstoppable and is converting at the rim. And that's been the difference here in the third quarter versus the first two. Watertown with a 20-point lead. It's 40-20 here with just over 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Indian River already using 2 timeouts in this half. It'll be Indian River's ball right in front of the Watertown bench. And Petrus will be the man to inbound. Polk now gets the ball. Eliza Polk guarded by Joe Girardi. Polk's going to take the shot from the free throw line, no good. Bouncing around off the backboard and then rebounded by Moffitt. A fight for it there, and it's held. Jump ball in the possession arrow will favor Indian River, and they'll keep the ball under the basket. Good effort from Polk that time after the missed shot to get in there and get a hand on the ball after the rebound by Parker Moffitt. Hardy with a long inbound pass to Polk. He's going to drive in with some speed and dish out to Petrus on the near side. Three-pointer short off the iron and rebounded by Girardi. Polk again able to tie the ball up, and Watertown will get it this time. But some serious effort from Eliza Polk to tie the ball up a couple of times here on the last couple of possessions for the Warriors. And full court press employed by Indian River here on the inbound. Adams able to get it into Charlton. Down the court for Girardi. Girardi carries it over half. Finds Adams on the near side. Jack Adams driving in against Petrus. Shot up, no good. Foul whistled by the official on this side of the court. And I believe it will send Jack Adams to the line. And it will, as it gets deathly silent here in Philadelphia. That'll be the second foul whistled against Ethan Petrus, and they'll send Jack Adams to the line for 2. First shot from Adams is good, hits nothing but the net. And it's 41-20. Second free throw from Jack Adams, short. Rebounded by Ethan Petrus, who will carry the ball over half court for the Warriors. He dishes to Polk. Polk now at the top of the arc, cutting inside from the free throw line, down low for Rush. Rush against a much taller Moffitt, and saw his shot blocked. Duo will carry over half court for Watertown. Dishes to Charlton on the far side, who drives in. Little pass to Moffitt, fouled on the shot, count it, and 1. Excellent feed that time from Seth Charlton to find Parker Moffitt down low. Just a little pass from the hip. Able to find Moffitt, and Moffitt with the strength to put it up and in for 2 points despite the foul. And he'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play. Moffitt converts. 3 points that time on the possession. The foul and 1 for Parker Moffitt. Eliza Polk doubled at the top of the arc. Kicks to the far side to Fultz. Fultz down low for Rush in the corner. Rush finds Petrus under the basket. Petrus shot blocked that time. No. Foul whistled. Foul will go against Patrick Dua, and that'll be his 3rd on the shot attempt that time for Ethan Petrus. And so Petrus will go to the line for 2 shots on the 3rd foul against Dua. First free throw, no good. Too strong off the back of the iron and out. Dua will make way for John Flowers. Takes his spot at the low part of the free throw lane. Second shot also no good and rebounded by Jack Adams. Adams to Joe Girardi at the top of the arc. Guarded by Polk there. Dishes to Charlton here on this near sideline. Good pass from Charlton to find Flowers in the post. Back to Charlton. Screen from Flowers for Charlton. Jack Adams driving to the basket. Good pass to find Moffitt down low, and he puts it in for 2 points. Layup on Moffitt that time. And it's 46-20. Indian River hasn't scored in quite a while now. Shot blocked that time from Moffitt again. So Parker Moffitt is a force down low even without Patrick Dua's presence. Watertown still with a size advantage down low due to the strength of Parker Moffitt. Hardy looking to inbound. Finds Franz in the near corner. Petrus at the top of the arc. Hardy guarded by Spaziani. Franz is going to put up a three. No good. Ping able to get a hand on it but not reel it in. And Jack Adams will bring up the court for Watertown. Now Adams into the paint and fouled. Whistled against Ping, I believe. Wait to see the signal from the official. And it is the second against Emmanuel Ping. It'll send Jack Adams to the line for 2 shots. First is good from Adams. As again, it's gone pretty quiet here at Indian River. Adams buries the second free throw, and Watertown just extending the lead now, 48-20. As Indian River really struggling here in the third quarter. In the post, and then pass to Ping. Ball loose and able to corral it is Fultz. Still loose and jump ball between Fultz and Nico Spaziani. Possession arrow in the way of Indian River. And so Hardy will inbound under the basket. Hardy looking for the open man. Finds Ping in the corner. Back to Hardy. Picked up his dribble. Finds Petrus, who's going to put up a long three-pointer from the top of the arc. No good. Rebounded by Flowers. And controlled by Adams, who will bring it up for Watertown. Jack Adams dishes to Charlton. Seth Charlton finds Moffitt in the post and then kicked back out. Flowers corner three, no good. Ball high off the rim and rebounded by Adams, who was fouled in the act of shooting. That one will go against Petrus, who is in complete disbelief, thought he got all ball, and instead will be whistled for the foul. That'll be the 4th against Petrus. And it'll send Adams to the line yet again. First free throw from Adams, good. As Petrus will make way, as well as Hardy. It'll be Alexander and Polk that check in for Indian River. Adams set for a second free throw. Makes that one as well, so Jack Adams perfect from the line. Polk will bring the ball up for Indian River. Eliza Polk with the ball. Kicks to Alexander. Looks like a bit of zone defense from Watertown here. Fultz looking to find Polk is taken away by Moffitt. Good pressure from Ping, but Moffitt able to get the ball away to Adams. Adams back to Moffitt. Adams going to put up a three. No good off the iron, but offensive rebound by Schofield. Adams down low for Moffitt and fouled that time on the shot. And Moffitt will go to the line for 2. Foul whistled that time against Ping, and that'll be his 3rd. Moffitt makes the first, it's 51-20. Alexander and Fultz will check out as Miller comes in for Indian River as well as Franz. Second free throw from Moffitt is good. And so Parker Moffitt continuing his very good second half. Been an excellent third quarter for him. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the third. Honeywell dishes to Miller. Ping in the corner. Back to Polk, who's going to put up a three. Too strong and rebounded by Flowers. It'll be Spaziani who brings the ball up for Watertown. Good dish to find Moffitt on the near side. In the corner, Schofield. Long pass for Flowers. Cross court. Spaziani to Adams, top of the arc, guarded by Franz. Adams against Franz, driving in with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Moffitt, who's going to put it up and is fouled again that time. And this one will be the 4th against Emmanuel Ping. So Indian River with some serious problems guarding the size of Patrick Dua early in this third quarter, and more recently, Parker Moffitt, who finds himself at the line for 2 more free throws. First one short, off the iron, and no good. Second free throw attempt from Moffitt is good. And it's 53-20 with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Honeywell to Frimping. Honeywell dishes to Franz. Back to Honeywell. Looking for Polk, tipped, but able to find him. Back to Honeywell. Good move. Finds Frimping in the post. And foul that time whistled against Parker Moffitt as Emmanuel Frimping went in for the layup attempt. So the first against Moffitt will send Frimping to the line for 2 points. First free throw is good from Emmanuel Frimping. Second attempt from Frimping, good as well. And Indian River will make a substitution. Frimping will make way for Nathan Rush. Spaziani will bring the ball up the court for Watertown. He's picked up by Polk as he reaches half court. Spaziani to Schofield. Spaziani up top, guarded by Polk. He's going to put up the three-pointer and bury it. Three-pointer for Nico Spaziani, right in the face of Neliza Polk. Polk kicks to Honeywell. 1:15 here in the third quarter. It's 56-22 in favor of Watertown. Long pass for Franz, who's going to put up a three-pointer and bury that one. Three-pointer that time for Owen Franz. So Franz able to answer Spaziani right back. It's 56-25 with under a minute to play. Three-pointer that time from Schofield. Contact as he let the shot go. Offensive rebound, and Schofield gets the ball back. He's going to put up a floater with the right hand, and that's missed, but rebounded by Moffitt. Ball taken away by Polk, and down the court is Polk. Looked like some definite contact on the back of Polk, but no whistle. And Watertown in transition. Flowers and Miller with some contact, and that one's let go as well. Honeywell into the paint. Again, lots of contact, but no whistle. Offensive rebound by Miller, no good. And then Polk with an offensive rebound who saw his shot blocked out of play. So everything goes here in the end of the last minute of the third quarter. All sorts of contact at both ends of the court during that sequence of play, but no whistle. And then Polk is whistled for a travel as he hopped, as he caught the ball on the inbound pass. Referee getting a mouthful on the far side from Indian River's bench. Not thrilled with the officiating during that sequence of play. Here's Flowers at the top of the arc. Moffitt to Spaziani. Adams against Miller. Dishing to Schofield. And now Flowers. Franz able to poke it loose, but not away. Time's going to expire. The three-pointer is off before the buzzer, but it's too short. And so we'll end the third quarter of play. Watertown really taking a commanding lead in that one. It's 56-25 as we end the third quarter of play. And certainly just a dominant performance in that quarter by the Cyclones. We're going to take this opportunity to let Zach Zabriskie tell you about our sponsors for tonight's live stream of boys high school basketball, brought to you by NBC Watertown.
Thank you very much, Connor. First off, I'd like to thank Infinite Live. That's Watertown's only independent video game store. They carry retro and modern video games and all the accessories you could ever need. That's 40 Public Square, Watertown, New York, right there on the square. Can't miss it. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Massey's Furniture Barn. Check out Massey's January clearance sale going on right now. Save up to 70%. It's Shop Massey's Furniture Barn. And we'll bring it back to you, Connor, to see the rest of this game.
Well, thank you very much, Zach, and thank you to our sponsors, Massey's Furniture Barn and Infinite Lives, for sponsoring tonight's live stream of boys high school basketball, brought to you by NBC Watertown. So as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play, it's Watertown who extended their lead significantly in that third. And they lead 56-25 as we begin play in the fourth. A.J. Tillman will check in and inbound the ball to Spaziani, who's got it now at the top of the arc. Kick to Schofield. Tillman's going to take a corner three, too strong, rebounded by Frimping. Franz will dish to Hardy, who brings it up now against Spaziani. Hardy cutting to the basket, fouled there, and it'll roll in. And one opportunity for Tim Hardy on the foul by Nico Spaziani. And so Indian River with a big mountain to climb here in the fourth. But Hardy looking to chip into that lead. Three-point play is converted by Tim Hardy, and it's 56-28. Flowers to Spaziani. Three-pointer from Schofield, too strong. Rebounded by Rush, and dish to Franz, who will bring the ball up the court. Franz cutting to the basket with the right hand, no good, but offensive rebound by Hardy, who collided with his own man, Rush, and the ball came loose. Franz guards tightly against Spaziani, but he's able to bring it up the court anyway. Spaziani looking down low for Tillman. Kick to the far side for Flowers. Three-pointer off the mark and rebounded by Honeywell. Hardy with the ball now against Schofield. Foul that time, nearly got that one to roll in. It'll be two shots from the line for Tim Hardy as he heads back to the free throw line for the second time here in the fourth quarter. First free throw from Hardy is good. With 6:59 on the clock, it's 56-29. Make that 30 as Hardy makes his second free throw. He's 3 for 3 here in the fourth quarter. Tillman with the ball. Dishes to Wise, who kicks back out to Spaziani. Flowers in the corner, thought about the three. Finds Wise underneath. And blocked that time by Frimping, but he's going to be whistled for the foul. And Frimping very adamant that that was all ball, as he's whistled for his fifth. And Frimping will foul out. So discussion for Indian River, as Frimping's whistled for his fifth, and Miller will get ready to check in and replace him. It'll be Lawson Wise at the line for two shots after the fifth foul whistled against Emmanuel Frimping. First free throw from Wise off the back of the iron and then off the top of the backboard. No good. Second shot from Wise from the stripe. Rolls in off the front iron. 57-30 with 6 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Hardy to Franz. Back to Hardy at the top of the arc, guarded by Spaziani. Hardy driving in, through some contact, and one for Tim Hardy. Believe the foul whistled against Spaziani, and it will be him. That'll be the second against Nico Spaziani, and it'll send Tim Hardy to the line for the third time in this fourth quarter. His second opportunity for a three-point play. Hardy looking to stay perfect from the line, and he does here in the fourth quarter. Converts the three-point play, a second three-point play of this quarter. It's 57-33. Spaziani with the ball against Hardy. Dishes to Schofield. Finds Wise. Now Spaziani. Schofield in the corner. Driving in, dishing to Wise. The two-handed dribble from Wise, and then in on the layup And it's 59-33. Hardy picks up his dribble, dishes to Honeywell at the top of the arc. He's going to put up the three-pointer. Nearly rolled in, instead rebounded by Tillman. Tillman to Spaziani will bring the ball up the court for Watertown. Picked up there by Petrus. Now Franz. Flowers to Tillman down low. Into the paint for Wise, who takes a dribble and then puts it off the side of the backboard, rebounded by Honeywell. Honeywell's pass for Petrus. Pretty strong, but able to reel it in. Three-pointer from the top of the arc for Hardy is short and rebounded by Spaziani. Long pass down court for Schofield. Handled there. Watertown will elect to slow it down. Nico Spaziani guarded by Ethan Petrus. Wise in the paint, turns. No good. Ball bouncing around and rebounded by Ethan Petrus, who will bring the ball up the court. Lots of contact there from Schofield. He's going to dish out to Honeywell, who thought about the three. Going to drive in and then dish to Franz, who's going to take the three. No good. Rebounded by Schofield. Spaziani will bring up the court for Watertown. Finds Wise at the free throw line with his back to the basket. Ball eventually comes back out to Spaziani and then to Flowers. Tillman to Wise. Great ball movement from Watertown. And Wise able to put it in on the assist that time from A.J. Tillman. Long three-pointer for Hardy, no good. Too strong and taken away this time by Michael Schofield on the rebound. Spaziani with the ball again for Watertown. Finds Tillman on this near side. Drives in, puts a good move on Honeywell, but then the ball is taken by Petrus. Petrus with some speed, looking for Franz, who was able to save it from going out of bounds, but it was taken away by Michael Schofield, who now comes down this court with some speed. Finds Wise in the paint. Wise traveled before putting that shot up. So both teams will make some changes. Checking in for Watertown will be Brady Golden-Fenning, as well as Tim Kims. Checking in for Indian River is Dylan Riley. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball down low, taken away by Kims. Nearly lost it, but able to corral and dish to Spaziani. Driving now and putting the shot up with the right hand is Brady Golden-Fennig for 2 points. Good little hop step and a jump shot with the right hand for Golden-Fennig. And it's 63-33, a 30-point lead for Watertown with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. Honeywell, down low, Jarrett Jordan, and we're going to have a foul whistled. It'll go against Tim Kims. And 3 more substitutions for Watertown, as Preston Stalluri will check in, Jack Rathburn, as well as Jacob Hinkle. Honeywell. Riley in the corner finds Petrus. Franz back to Petrus. Gets his man to jump, will step in and bury the long two. Ethan Petrus with a jump shot from just inside the arc. And it's 63-35, 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Rathburn on the ball, guarded by Franz. Finds Kims at the free throw line. Great pressure from Indian River. And we're going to have a kick ball whistled as Franz thought he was away and in for a fast break opportunity. Instead, it will be Watertown ball under the basket on the kick. Kims looking to inbound. Finds the tall body of Jacob Hinkle. Shot no good. Rebounded that time by Riley, who finds Petrus. Petrus faked the three, instead kicks to Honeywell. His shot short and rebounded by Hinkle. Rathburn in the corner. Three-pointer buried that time by Brady Golden-Fennig on the assist from Rathburn. Petrus was looking for Jarrett Jordan in the post, but unable to find him. Kims with some speed, loses the ball, and off of the leg of Ethan Petrus out of play. Saluri will look to inbound for Watertown. Trying to find the long arms of Hinkle. Pass way down the court for Honeywell, who was fouled there. And took a bit of a spill into the padded section of the doors of the gymnasium there. And so Sawyer Honeywell will go to the line for 2 shots. Foul whistled against Jack Rathburn, his first. First free throw from Honeywell, no good. It was actually 1-1. Rebounded that time by Indian River. Ball was deflected, so no backcourt violation against Petrus. He finds Honeywell. Honeywell with a good move and then fouled on the shot. Count it. 3-point play opportunity for Sawyer Honeywell. Gets the crowd back into this one a little bit with under 2 minutes to play. Foul will go against Preston Saluri and be his first. Honeywell misses the free throw and rebounded by Saluri. Jack Rathburn with the ball. Kicks to Saluri, who's going to put up a long 2-pointer and bury it. Preston Saluri with the long jump shot, and it's 68-37. One minute and 35 seconds left in the game as Franz is harried there by Saluri. At the free throw line was Riley, able to find Petrus on this near side. Petrus driving against Golden Fenig. 3-pointer for Honeywell is good, which again gets the crowd excited, and the bench is on the far side, even the Watertown bench a little bit happy for Sawyer Honeywell, who buried that 3-pointer. Rathburn dishes to Saluri on the far side, and a foul, I believe, whistled, and it will go against Owen Franz, which will be his first. It will send Tim Kims to the line for Watertown. So a 1-and-1 opportunity for Kims here from the line. First free throw, no good. Ball deflected out of play, I believe off of the ceiling down there by Jacob Hinkle, and it'll be Indian River's ball. Honeywell will inbound to Petrus. Petrus directing traffic as we're under 1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. Riley back to Petrus, thought about it. Dishes to Honeywell, fake the 3, ball deflected there by Golden Fenig. Honeywell in some space on this near side, thought about the 3 again. Long pass over to Franz, who fakes the 3 and cuts inside. 3-pointer that time from Petrus, bounces around and comes back out. Ball still loose, eventually taken away by Hinkle, but then thrown out of play, intended for Preston Saluri. And so it will be a turnover for Hinkle. And Indian River will get the ball back with just under 30 seconds to play. Honeywell into Riley. Honeywell to Petrus. Long 3-pointer for Franz is good. Owen Franz on the 3-pointer that time, and it's 68-43. Watertown will get the ball back. 5 seconds to go here in the game. Golden Fenig driving in against Honeywell. Able to save it from going out of bounds? No. He stepped out of bounds, and the whistle did come before the final buzzer, but I believe that the officials are going to call this one. It's 68-43 final as the teams make their way back to the benches. And so a good matchup here in Philadelphia between the Indian River Warriors and the Watertown Cyclones. Much closer game than I think the final scoreline would have indicated. It was really just a dominant third quarter for Watertown that saw them really pull away in this one. So I believe we'll have a word from our sponsors again, and then I will be back to close it out for tonight's edition of boys high school basketball, brought to you by NBC Watertown.
Thank you very much, Connor. Yep, I'd like to thank our sponsors one last time. We'll start off with Massey's Furniture Barn. Check out their January clearance sale. It's going live right now. You can save up to 70%. That's shop Massey's Furniture Barn. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Infinite Lives. It's one of Watertown's only independent video game stores. It's carrying retro, modern, and even future video games, consoles, and all the accessories you could ever need. That's on 40 Public Square, Watertown. It's right there on the square. You couldn't miss it. Back to you, Connor. Finish this game off.
Alrighty, thank you, Zach. Thank you to Massey's as well as Infinite Lives for sponsoring tonight's broadcast of high school basketball, as Indian River falling to 1-12 on the season against the Watertown Cyclones, who improved to 7-8 in what was a very highly contested game in which Watertown pulled away in the third. So for Carter Thazier, Zach Zabriskie, and everyone at NBC Watertown, my name is Connor Lalone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's game, and we look to see you again in the future.